Hello, my biddies. How are you today? I'm good. Cold but good. What is the temperature? 18 degrees. 18 degrees. I'm tired of this stuff. Can we have a day above freezing, please? It would feel balmy. Actually, the 18 doesn't feel that bad anymore. It's pretty sad. So, anyway, that's all that's up with me today. Other than I can't get anything done. ADD is bad. Oh, I take my pills this morning. I didn't take my pills this morning. That's probably why. I'm very bad about that. Yeah, I'm sure I didn't take them. Oh, so I hope everyone's having a good day, staying inside and keeping warm. I'm sure it's not that cold everywhere. Oh, so I got no opening comments today. So I guess we'll get into it. I'm gonna start with malicious compliance entitled When We Knew We Were in Trouble. My son, 4 to 5-ish, who is now an adult now, came walking into the living room one day carrying an entire box of Cheez-Its. Nuh-uh, that box stays in the kitchen. This kid takes a slow look around the room between myself and my spouse, then runs to the kitchen, grabs a bowl, dumps the entire box into a bowl, and drops the box, runs back to the living room, presents the bowl triumphantly like he's presenting the birth of a new king at Pride Rock. We look at each other and say, uh-oh, this kid has spent his entire life with this mentality. We have to be careful with wording when we talk to him sometimes. I said the box stays in the kitchen. You didn't say the Cheez-Its had to stay there. You do have to be specific. You do have to be specific. Yep. Some kids are really smart, like really, really smart. They will outsmart you. All right, next we have evil buildings, and this is an observatory in Japan. Oops, I forgot to do that. Um, why is there so much architecture going into an observatory like that? Why can't we have that for real buildings? Top comment says crab or the Power Rangers headquarters. Next, we have AITAH entitled AITAH for refusing to tell my roommate that I could hear her moan. I, 27 male, live in a 3 bedroom apartment I share with 2 roommates. One of them moved out, and the other roommate, 29 female, took over the room. It's bigger. That makes sense. I've had very bad experiences with roommates. I could sit for hours talking about the horrors of it. When our roommate moved out, we decided we could wait with renting the new room until we found someone really good. We split the rent until then. Events in our apartment made it so that I could hear what was happening in my roommate's room. I think she had her bed literally below. Have never been into her room. She's not a loud person, but yeah, I could hear it. At first, I was embarrassed, but then I decided not to tell her because I didn't want her to make her feel awkward. Then she would move out. She's very shy. Then I would literally lose one of the best roommates I've ever had. She's clean, quiet, and we barely see each other because she keeps mostly to her room. She makes the best food too, and she's generous enough to just leave some for me in the fridge when she knows I have exam periods. I don't want to risk it. When my girlfriend was visiting, I made the stupid decision to tell her. She went berserk, calling me a hole for cheating and threatening to tell her. I'm very sure she would die of embarrassment and leave. How is that cheating? That's weird. Get rid of the boyfriend. Take up with the roommate. I don't care what she does in her room or neighbors. I've never gone to my neighbors to tell them I can hear them moan. For me, that's a violation. Yeah, she doesn't need to know that. Let her be if it doesn't bother you. Obviously temporary account for privacy reasons. Update. So I thought a compromise would work, so I texted my girlfriend that I would speak to my roommate and let her know the funny thing. I realized that the vents are leading sounds from her room, and I thought I should tell her. My girlfriend, or you could just tell her the truth. Why beat around the bush about it? Why her feelings matter? Because her feelings do matter. Everybody's feelings matter, ma'am. Me, because I share an apartment and I don't want it to be awkward between us, and she's been a good roommate and she's fairly shy. I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable. Girlfriend, so her feelings are worth more than mine. Got it. I can't believe this girlfriend. Dump the girlfriend. I told her no, and she's said either I tell her to stop for real or she will. No playing around, just tell her the truth or I will. So I will tell her the truth then or we are over. So I told her, if you tell her the truth, we are over. Good. You should be over. This lady's like out of her mind. Top comment is from Baluzana and says, how is it cheating? WTF? And the OP says, yeah, that was mental. Accomplish legit says your girlfriend wants you to be unkind to your roommate so she can feel the warm secondhand glow of making another woman feel terrible. Yeah, that's about the truth of it. Google it. SMH says your girlfriend turned a funny, embarrassing roommate story into a cheating portrayal. Please find another girlfriend. 100% find another girlfriend. Next we have found Satan. Be articulate dot 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 to articulate. And there's a meme or a picture at least. It says how to make anything you do sound suspicious. Be mostly specific, i.e., yes, I bought this with legal tender money that was legal acquired legally. I met with a friend who is alive. I went to a still standing, not burned home of my enemies. That just sounds like he's being silly. I don't see anything wrong with that. Maureen Seal says this is exactly the kind of things Matt Berry would say. Bayan says, I'm always working, not commenting on Reddit. That's a Reddit. Just No Mill entitled My mom can't stand our baby's hairstyle. Not really even a rant, it just makes me laugh how annoyed she is. We have a baby boy and my wife likes to put his hair straight up ponytail hairstyle. Just like a little tuft of hair sticking straight up. It's very adorable looking. My mom gets incensed anytime she sees him. That's for girls. Why are you making him look like a girl? This is going to confuse people. And just eye rolling and huffing and puffing. First, it's not even a hairstyle that any adult wears. I don't see it as a gendered hairstyle. It's just baby hairstyle. And yeah, you can't tell the gender of babies at his age, period, just by their faces and clothed bodies. It's all up to markers, which are actually arbitrary. Like blue dinosaur onesie must mean a boy when women wear blue all the time, like dinosaurs. We just don't care about making our literal baby wear only manly things. It's not like he's in pink ruffles and bows, which I wouldn't even see the issue of anyways. Even when he's not in this hairstyle, just wearing a neutral outfit like the onesie, people ask if he's a girl or boy. I feel like this is pretty typical for babies, but to hear my mom, we were making him a cross dresser. My wife is funny. Every time my mom makes these comments, she'll act surprised every time and just ask the same, is it a girl hairstyle? Oh, who said that? Oh, really? Wow. People will think he's a girl. What will happen then? Oh, wow. And my mom doesn't realize she's being trolled every time and just thinks my poor wife has a bad memory. She's not an over the top mom overall, but she does have her little hang-ups about how things should be. We're visiting them this weekend and he's gonna be rocking a sprout top. Maybe he has an old fashioned looking white linen slip dress too. Little boys did wear dresses back in the day, like all the time. Like I have pictures of my dad in dresses when he was like less than 2 years old. That's just what they wore back then. Um, Also the hairstyle. Yeah, shut up about the hairstyles. Go. lady. It's not your kids, not your problem. Um, my daughter-in-law is a hairstylist, and she cut the oldest one's hair in a mullet, which I can't stand mullets. You know what I said about it? Nothing. I said nothing about it because it's hair and it's not that important. It grew out. Now he's got a nice little boy haircut. And if she puts him in a mullet again, that'll be fine too. She thinks it's cute. More power to you, girl. I think it's, I hate mullets so bad. I hate them so much. But I grew up, when the mullet style started, and it's just not attractive to me at all. Never has been. Um, Also, just because, I mean, my youngest son was very pretty when he was a little kid, like before like 8, 9, 10 years old. He was just pretty. He was just a pretty boy. If he had dressed in a dress, no one would have known the difference because he was pretty. Now he's handsome. But some little boys are pretty. Some little girls are not. Some little girls look like little boys, and some little boys look like little girls, and it's okay. It doesn't matter. It's not that important. Some of them may try grow up to be transgender. Or no, it's not. Being transgender is fine. It's just a difference. Humans have differences. Humans have all kinds of differences. Just because somebody is different in a way that you're not familiar with does not make them wrong. Next, we have Petty Revenge, and it's entitled Obnoxious Roommate Got the Beach Brought to Her. Ooh, that sounds interesting. This happened many years ago when I, then 23 female, was studying abroad in Australia for a semester. I'm sorry for the possible language errors. English is not my mother tongue. Since probably speaks English better than most Americans, is what she's saying. Since we were all students, no one had much money to move around with, and I moved into an apartment with 4 other students from different countries, none of which I knew from before. We all met a few days prior to at the local hostel. The crowded but cozy apartment had 2 bedrooms and a closed-off single-bedroom corner at the end of a long corridor, giving quite good privacy. I and another woman shared one small bedroom, 2 guys the other room, and a British woman, 20, female, the single room, Sarah. And let me tell you, this was the most obnoxious woman I have ever met. I am quite convinced that she never had li- lived alone. I am quite convinced that she had never before lived alone, and also never lifted a finger at home before. While the rest of us often hung out, cooked dinner together, and so on, Sarah was never interested. She did, however, go out of her way to never compromise with the other 4 people sharing the same space. Sarah sounds like a witch with a bee. Some of the things she did during this half year we spent living together included sitting on the couch with her naked feet up on our coffee table, painting her toenails every few days. Then she left her nail polish, many bottles on there, and got mad if anyone moved them to use the table. I started to I started to anyways scoop them up and put them in a pile in the shelf instead. Never cleaning her assigned tasks. When we asked her about it, she said she never agreed to, which she did when we moved in. She had no problem dirtying down the place up though, and or that the rest of us clean the place. Yeah, you should have chores in writing for people. Verbal just does not work. Refused to talk about topics related to the apartment, which we needed sometimes. She just ignored us and went on her merry way. We found a hurt baby parakeet, and had after we found a hurt baby parakeet and had, after a lot of work, managed to catch it and brought it in for wildlife rescue to come and pick him up in the morning, as they wanted help with the local bird population. In the morning, we found it was gone. She had put the baby bird out in the night, and she found it annoying her. It was kept in a covered basket overnight. We managed, after much work with the rescue, to get it to safety again. That's just evil. She's not just a witch with a bee. She is evil. She was also overall unfriendly and a very annoying person to be around. I felt done. But we still had some months left in the semester, so I started bringing in sand from the beach and spread it on her sheets every few days. Not enough to be obvious, just enough to feel a bit better while suffering her company, knowing she had to clean her bed or be very uncomfortable while sleeping, while wondering what the heck was up. I don't think she ever figured out somebody put it there. Random Mutant says, may I just say, if you use powdered icing sugar, it's dry and undetectable going in, but a little sweat and it becomes a sticky tangle. Ooh, that sounds evil. In a way, in a good way. Broken Botox says this feels diabolical and unexpected as dehydrated mashed potatoes dusted on your enemy's front lawn right before its sprinkles hit. Somebody said something, I don't know. They deleted it and Broken Botox says, "Yeah, petty revenge and animal cruelty aren't the same thing. It's incredibly effed up thing to do to innocent animals." I don't know what he said, but Victory Wolf says, "Imagine you your likely real name and birth year as a username, and then commenting something so wanged up." Buzz says, "Powdered milk works too, not sticky but smelly." Ooh. Random Mutant says, "Calm down, Satan." I have to remember some of these. I don't know when I'll have a roommate again. It's just my husband right now. I wouldn't do that to him. Holy Gris says, "Wow, haha. Someone who has Princess in the Pea syndrome, this would be such torture." Yeah, it would. I'm the same. I'm uncomfortable with even speck of foreign particle in the bed. You're diabolical. OP, well played. Oh, the things you do to bad roommates. She sounded terrible and evil. She put a hurt baby bird out in the wild. What kind of person does that that's not evil? Next we have I am the jerk. Am I the jerk? Next we have Am I the jerk? AITJ for refusing to give my concert tickets to my sister because she sold her own tickets. No. Why'd she selling her tickets? I bought tickets to see my favorite band back in June for a show happening next week. The tickets were $150 each and hard to get. I bought two tickets planning to go with my friend. My sister also bought two tickets to the same show. Last month, she decided she needed money more than the concert, so she sold her tickets for double what she paid on a resale shop, made like $300 profit. Now the ticket concert is next week, and she changed her mind. She wants to go after all. No, no backsies. Your tickets are gone, ma'am. She asked if she can have one of my tickets since I'm only taking a friend anyway. No, I'm taking my friend that I promised to take. I said, no, these are my tickets that I bought and planned for. She offered to pay me face ballot for one ticket. I said, they're not for sale. She got mad and said, I'm being selfish and family comes before friends. I said she made her choice when she sold her tickets for profit. She went to our parents crying about it, and now they're pressuring me to give her a ticket. No, what is wrong with these people? What are wrong with these parents? No, let your child deal with the consequences of their own actions. How will they ever learn? Oh, they said I just should take 150 and just go alone or not at all. That's no fun. My sister is saying that if I really cared about family, I'd let her come. No, absolutely not. She needs to suffer the consequences of her own actions. She created this. She can deal with it. It's wah, wah, wah. So sorry. Juicy Flair says, NTA, your sister didn't change her mind. She changed her math. She wants to have her profit and eat the concert too. She made a grown-up decision to sell. She can live with the grown-up consequence of not going. Tell your parents your ticket is in the wallet of the stranger she scalped it to. End of discussion. Yes. Archulon says also OP made a commitment to a friend. It would be terrible to go back on that. 100%. Swimming Custard says NTJ, but your sister is. I'm glad you aren't giving in to her. Good for you for setting boundaries. Sugar Wave says boundaries are only called mean by people who benefited from you having none. Mammoth Marketing says, God, these AI bots are so unbelievably stupid. I mean, I don't care if it's AI. I've already established that. It's a conversation piece. It's a conversation starter, even if it's AI. So I don't really care. Entitled people entitled. My friend is mad because a random guy didn't serve her. A few days ago, I went to a dinner party with my friend. It's a Chinese restaurant with big round tables. We sat around the table with about 10 people. She found one guy there attractive. It's a friend's friend, so they didn't know each other, and she wanted his attention. The guy was chatting with his friend. My friend waved and stopped their conversation and asked him to get some extra tableware for her. The guy called the waitress and said, "Please get some tableware for that lady." Then he told my friend, "I ordered the waitress to bring it for you." After that, he continued chatting with his friend. He's not interested in you. Just let it go. My friend started her endless complaint. She said the guy was ridiculously impolite. I asked her why. She said the guy was too rude and not serving her. She did not go get the tableware for her, but only sitting there and ordered the waitress. She's also angry the guy kept chatting to his friend as if she's not important because she's not important to him. My friend always thinks she's very beautiful, but clearly not every man found her attractive. So you've stopped this guy's conversation with his friend to order him to do something for you, like a little princess. No, you're not a princess. Stop it. The unpolitical says that quoted the my friend waved and stopped their conversation. Just as a reminder, this approach sounds entitled. If someone were to do this to me, I would have done the same thing. Even queens have more manners and etiquette than this, so your friend is not an exception. Also, she assumed he was single and interested in women. That's a good point. Maybe he's gay. Maybe he don't want to talk to you. Kawari says, also, since this would be something you normally ask someone who actually worked at the restaurant to get, if she asked me to do this, I would have thought I was the wait staff. To me, I ordered the waitress to bring it. Makes me pretty sure he also thought she probably thought he was the wait staff. By telling her the waitress was bringing it, saying, "Hey, I don't work here. Ask the right people for that stuff and stop bothering me." Second top comment is from Complex Echidna. Bossy little diva, isn't she? It's already time for expectation versus reality. It's entitled, "This isn't my first crochet product, not even close, and I followed the pattern to a T. I am scared." Guys, I'm scared. It's really cute. It's supposed to be really cute anyway. You know, you little cutie, little wizardy guy, little wizardly owl. Sure, you followed it to a T because that doesn't look anything like it. It's actually the opposite of what it looked like. Yeah, that's terrible. Go back and try again. Take it all out and try again because that is not that at all. Not even close. Where are the little thingies on the little crosses, hash marks or whatever they were? Yeah, that's not it. Sorry, OP, that ain't it. All right, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. I try to go live at least 4 times a week, usually about noon Eastern time. Tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell your family, tell your enemies. We need some more peoples here. If you have a story of your own or come across a good one in the wild, please send us an email entitled submission. If you would like an email to today's current live, send an email entitled subscribe. The email is biddybrunchbunch, all one word, at gmail.com. And the email address is also in the description. Also, if you come across a subreddit you want us to potentially add, let us know. I'm always looking for new subreddits. Some of them don't work out, and some of them work out fine. Next, we have our real estate section. It's entitled, "Sorry to disappoint, but decor is probably not included." I don't know. It looks like a normal little house. The pictures scream for themselves. Let's find out. Oh my. Oh my. I just caught a glimpse. I just caught a glimpse, guys. This is in Belleville, Illinois. I mean, it's not the worst, I guess. It's a cute little hot bungalow. This is only $180,000, 4 bedrooms and 1,800 square feet. So it's a nice size house. Carport, no garage. Oh my. Oh my. Do you need this much stuff, ma'am? How much stuff you got in here? How much stuff you got stuffed in here? That is, what is it? Is this like a, a store? A knick-knack store? I mean, there's things I would want, like that egg. I would love that Fabergé egg. Can I have it, please? Oh, and they're gotta move all this stuff? Jeez, oh, pizzas, that's ridiculous. Well, somebody's a hoarder, a clean hoarder, but a hoarder. I mean, I've seen worse hoarder houses, but is this Robin and Cody Brown's house? Because that's what their house looks like. If you know, you know. That was before I started this, or I would have shown that one. It's too busy. Oh, I get so nervous in this house. How do you live? How do you relax? There's so much stuff. There's so much. How do you possibly even relax in here? I don't understand. They even have stuff on the air clean. I assume that's an air cleaner. They even have stuff on stuck on top of the air cleaner. I thought my house was too busy. Well, I don't have anything on the walls, but I have too much junk laying around. But that's just because I have junk laying around. Oh my. I'm sure there's a name for this type of ceramics, but I don't know it. I should know it, but I don't. I'm gonna find out. That is a lot of blue ceramic in the bathroom. I mean, why didn't they paint their toilet? It's ceramic. Wow, that is just too much busy. Much too much busy. Owls are cute. We have the plant room. Even the basement doesn't get a break. Even the basement does not get a break. Yikes. Folks, that is just too much. Interested in touring that house? No, not really. I've seen enough, thank you. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I'm gonna do that. It is a beautiful story and a half home. 2 bedrooms and 1 full bath, so, no, you know, small. 1,800 square feet and it only has 2 bedrooms. I mean, mine's not much bigger than that. Mine's actually smaller than that. Does it include the basement? Maybe it includes the basement. Does anyone know if Illinois includes the basement in their fair square footage? And a shed for extra storage. I want to know what's in there. Lots of character. Oh yeah, there's character living in it. That's for sure. See, now this says there's 4 bedrooms and 2 baths. So I'm confused. Because that says 2 bedrooms and oh, on the main floor and 2 bedrooms on the upper okay, it is 4 bedrooms. So it's 4 bedroom. That makes more sense. 2 baths, 2 full baths, 1 main level bathroom, and 2 main level bedrooms, that's nice. The kitchen floor covering is luxury vinyl plank. Everything that luxury vinyl plank for those for those floors. Yes, luxury vinyl. That just screams the heart of luxury. Laundry's in the basement. I don't know, not much there. Taxes are reasonable, only $3,500. Wow. Wow. Eggplant says it's crazy that even though it's so full of stuff, it still looks super clean and organized. I personally couldn't live with that much stuff, but whoever lived there put a lot of love into it. I agree. I agree. They like their stuff. They take good care of it. Floofy Me says it looks like a funky antique store. It does. Except Banded Lutz says one of the disappointing antique stores that are mostly just modern junk, mass-produced decor items. Yes, exactly. Jenilyn says, "Rest in peace to whomever lost a really cool grandma or auntie. Your eyes are permanently erased when you came to visit, but you always got a cup of chai, some butter cookies imported, and some really good stories." It was really clean, especially for as cluttered it was. It's very, very clean. Next, we have confession, and it's entitled, "I spilled my mom's ashes on the floor of a Walmart." My mom died in November last year. Since she passed, I've been carrying a small amount of her ashes in a necklace. I wear it every day I go out. I often touch it to the ground myself if my anxiety starts to ramp up. Today at work, I must have inadvertently unscrewed it enough that when I went onto the floor to work, it came undone and spilled on the ground. I panicked, started hyperventilating, said, oh my God," and looking for a broom and dustpan. I couldn't find one, so I scooped up what I had into a bag and threw it away. I feel horrible, absolutely takes to my stomach horrible. I keep thinking of people stomping all over her. I'm hiding in the bathroom now because I couldn't hold back the tears anymore. I know it wasn't really my fault, but I'm blaming myself. I'm so whinging sorry, Mom. Added, I'm a little overwhelmed by all the support in this post, and honestly, I was going to delete it because I was embarrassed, but I'm deciding to keep it up. Thank you for all the kind words and helping me reframe this situation. My mom was a funny lady, and she is probably laughing at this from wherever she is. Honestly, I have a very cynical attitude toward this. Like, it's not really her, it's just her remains. The thing that made her her is no longer here, unfortunately. And I'm sorry for your loss, OP. Gablina has the top comment, and it was, "What was your mom like? My mom would laugh if I had a mishap like that." And OP says, "She was a funny lady. This made me feel a little better." So that's good. Gabalina says, "Get out of the bathroom and laugh with your mom. That's what she'd want." Yes, exactly. Spindle says, "I almost lost my grandma in downtown Portland this way. She would come unscrewed from the base all the time, and I finally had to glue it closed. She was such a escape artist." Yeah, I personally don't get carrying people's remains around. To me, that's kind of creepy, but you do you. I won't say anything to you about it because it's not me. I don't care what you wear. Interesting AF. A 2,000-year-old beware of dog sign in the ruins of Pompeii, Italy. This is cool. That is definitely a beware of dog sign. I don't know. That chain looks awfully modern. Is it really? Is it really? Got mine at home. Makes me very happy. Same here. Dad got it for me when he visited 2 years ago. I love it. Yeah, so it's not really from Pompeii, Italy. I wonder if they have one from Pompeii, Italy. Let's find out. Spell Pompeii wrong. Oh yeah, it is true. Cave canem translate directly from Latin to beware of dog. So it is true. It is from there, but people have apparently got it in their own houses now, which is kind of cool. You want to beware the dog in my house, you beware me. I am the dog. My bark is not bigger than my bite. Next is Am I the A-hole? AITA for not telling my family that I joined the military. It's flared as not the a-hole. So unless probably has extenuating circumstances, but most of the time you'd be the a-hole. Growing up, I, 18 female, had to do everything with my twin sister Sophie. Well, mostly do everything Sophie wanted. If things didn't go her way, she'd throw a huge fit until she got her way. Our whole lives, we had to share a brightly colored bedroom. Once in fourth grade, I got in trouble because I put a picture of a poorly drawn dragon on the wall because it was too dark for Sophie, which I thought was ridiculous. Throughout elementary and middle school, our mom dressed us up exactly the same or nearly identical clothes because she thought it was cute. Okay. After they're like 3 years old and can have like opinions, like even 2 year olds can have opinions. Once the kids can have opinions, let them decide. Now, my nieces were dressed alike a lot, but that was because they liked it, not because my sister insisted on it. Um, Once children get opinions, you follow their opinions if you can, if you at all can, because they're individuals and they need to learn individuals and they need to learn how to make decisions. And if you let them make decisions, then when you need to make the decision, you can say, "I have let you decide this. Now it's my decision." It's called putting stuff in the bank so you can make a withdrawal later when you need them to do something they don't want really want to do. In fifth grade, our mom had us join ballet because it was something Sophie always wanted to do. When I would ask to join boxing, my dad would yell at me for only thinking of myself. I'm sorry, OP. This sounds awful. My mom would always say that boxing was too rough for Sophie, so Sophie doesn't have to do it. Twins are individual people. Oh my goodness. It got worse in high school. Whenever I wanted to hang out with my own friends, Sophie just had to come along, or she'd say I'm purposefully excluding her. When I would have a crush on somebody, the next day Sophie would be dating him. In senior year, Sophie already made up her mind that me and her were both going to college for cosmetology. Ugh. To sum it up, or I couldn't do anything or do anything with my life because it had to be what Sophie wanted or I'd get in trouble. As soon as I turned 18, I decided to join the Navy. Last night, I sat my parents and Sophie down at the table and explained that I wasn't going to college for cosmetology with Sophie, but I'm leaving for the Navy. Cosmetology isn't even a like a college thing. It's like a training thing. It's like going to trade school. It's not college. They all started to scream at me that I was being selfish and I betraying my family. AITA. No, not at all. Your parents should have let you do things alone long before this. Sophie's too dependent on you. Sophie needs to learn how to stand on her own two freaking feet. Oh nine says, NTA, just be aware that you replace Sophie with Uncle Sam. I do think this will give you a great launch pad to get away and start the rest of your life given the circumstances. Get a degree while you're enlisted so you can open more doors for yourself down the road. Yes, I agree. Either get a degree or make sure that you can get a degree when you get out or that you're in a area where you can get a really good job when you get out, like do welding or something. Somebody, look away, please, says, I wouldn't wish 20 years of U.S. military service on any 18-year-old woman. Relevant Possible says, what young people really think about is they're going to have to work 40 years before retirement, often in jobs they hate. Joining the Navy at 18 and making a 20-year career out of it is a great alternative. Only if you want to. Only if you want to. When her sister is struggling because she doesn't have the health benefits as a cosmetologist, OP will be covered by TRICARE. When Sis is getting student loans for cosmetology school, OP will be eligible for free college to choose a new career when she retires from the Navy. Look away, please says get your recruitment numbers where you can, bud, I guess. I did my service as an officer in the Air Force. I wouldn't advocate for any of my friends' daughters to join any of the branches unless they were truly deep in poverty. There is a 100% hyperbole chance a woman joining at 18 will be sexually harassed at minimum or sexually assaulted before their first commitment is up. That's how it works. Ultimately, it's up to the individual, but it's dishonest to say that a young woman is better off joining the military instead of a wide variety of alternatives. And it is hyperbole to say 100% experience sexual harassment directly, but it's not hyperbole to say that 100% of military women know at least one individual that was assaulted when serving. No, they all, way 100% will experience sexual harassment. Almost every woman does everywhere. So they will definitely, in a male misogynist environment, experience sexual harassment. I have no doubt of that. If you want to argue with the nuances with me, I'm more than happy to, but it's difficult to encapsulate the whole history of the United States Armed Services in one paragraph. And then she has an article, New York Times article, The Rate of Rape at Academy. And then remember that much of what happens on base has the ability to be swept under the rug and never make to civilian authorities. And somebody else said that's their biggest concern too. But if it's going to get her away, I mean, she made a commitment to the government, so she can't take that commitment back like she could like a college or something. So her family has to go along with what she's doing because they literally do not have a choice. They literally have to go along with it. So that was a smart on her part, and hopefully it's only for the 4 years and then she can get out. And hopefully nothing bad will happen to her and she'll only be minorly sexually harassed. Next, we have Overheard, entitled On the Airplane Yesterday. Spirit Air, Atlanta to Fort Lauderdale. By the way, don't fly Spirit. Bad experience, especially if you're tall. If you're 6 feet or over, do not fly Spirit. On the airplane yesterday, Spirit Air, Atlanta to Florida, Fort Lauderdale. White woman, late 20s, speaking loudly to a white man in a seat away from her and the two black men behind her. If you are reading this, please know the whole 10 rows of the front and back of you heard you say these things. You know, Haiti had that flood because it's in a sub-Saharan plain. Haiti, ma'am, is not in Africa. I'm sorry. My sister married a Native American, and he was a Navajo talker. They were the ones who decoded what the German U-boats were saying when no one else could. That's not how that worked. That is not how that worked. Navajo talker speaks Navajo. The U.S. used Navajo talkers to give instructions so that the Germans wouldn't know what they were doing. Jesus. I'm a farmer and Monsanto GMO seeds are the reason that most people in Africa are starving because their government refused the seeds and now they can't grow anything because Monsanto said so. Also not how that works. Monsanto's evil, by the way. When the white guy told her he grew out and then cut his hair to donate to kids with cancer. No, you shouldn't have done that. Your hair is your antenna into the universe. Her hair was about 3 inches below her shoulders. I was so happy it was a short flight. Oh my gosh, that sounds worse than the flight I was on last July. Holy cow. That woman's a nut job. 2 Men and a Duck says, it's a top comment. Bald people can't connect to the universe. And Crowder says, can confirm the reception is terrible. Out of left field says, I have stubble, so it's all staticky for me. I would else does that explain Stephen Miller? Hot Mushroom says, my IQ dropped maybe 6 or 7 points. Dead Beef says, we're all dumber for having read this. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, LP, that you had to be on the plane with that one. She's a nutter. Next, we have True Off My Chest, and it's entitled I Left My Husband for Another Man. Karma is Hitting Me. I made a choice that I thought was about love and better relationship and a better future. Yes, a lot of women do that, and or men too, for that matter, and then find out, not so much. I left my husband, the person I had who had committed to me for someone else. Oh, and this new man encouraged me, showing that I deserve better. My husband wasn't perfect. He didn't fully meet my needs, didn't want to change, and I often felt unseen. But now I know he would have never done something like this. Then this other man came along, exciting, loving, had a better education, a better job. He was smart, and it felt like I had found the one. He helped me cooking, clapped around the house, treated me with all love because I deserved everything, he said. He had these amazing plans for us, and at the time I felt real. A house, a baby, a life together. We rented a house and bought a car, personalized our living room, our bedroom, got kitchen appliances, everything. It felt like we were building a life together, and I trusted it completely. We were long distance and trying to find ways for me to move or join him. He packed everything and brought over from another country. And now he's gone. After 8 months, suddenly the future we built in my mind doesn't exist. He tells me our age gap is too much and he doesn't see a future without losing himself. That he stopped doing the things he enjoyed because he wanted to talk to me. He says the relationship with his daughter is bad because he gave me too much attention. I'm just shocked, but this is karma. That's not what karma is, by the way. He's far far and doesn't talk much. Slowly, I'm starting to realize maybe this is just a way for him to make leaving easier. I left a committed relationship for someone who ultimately isn't willing to fight for us in the end, and now I'm here heartbroken, trying to figure out how to live with my choice, my sadness, and the painful realization. I mean, you got what you deserved, sorry to say, but it happens so much that these women and men get so involved in this new exciting guy. And then he's like, yeah, no, never mind. Never mind. I'm going back to my wife or whatever. Grass is not greener on the other side. It's greener where you water it. Arc, Arc, Eric, Nikon says it's greener over the septic tank. Main promotion answers greener grass equals more crap. Foreigners Gangrene Day says I picked at your comment history. Both your husband and your lover were pretty much twice your age. Your husband cheated on you at massage parlors with prostitutes. Okay, so he weren't perfect. She should have left him just for that, but not taken up with somebody new. Despite him being much older, he still lived with his hoarder parents. Consider that you may have been fooled and manipulated by older men. Take a break from men and please find yourself. Find your place in the world and stick to men your own age group. I mean, there's nothing wrong with dating someone twice your age, but you do have to be careful about it. The younger you are, the more careful you need to be about it. Some ages, it's just icky. Like a 20-year-old dating a 40-year-old, that's just gross. Um, a 30-year-old dating a 60-year-old depends on the 30 and the 60-year-old, honestly. Um, but a 30-year-old has a fully developed brain, and a 20-year-old does not. Spearmint Coffee says, so your adult husband got with you while you were a teenager and he was a fully grown man cheating on you with prostitutes. The marriage wasn't going great, so you cheated on him for a much older man. I don't condone cheating and what you did at all, but girl, your taste in men is atrocious. Please stay single and work on yourself for a while. She needs counseling. She needs to go to counseling and figure out why she has daddy issues. Because that's just reeking of daddy issues to me. Next, we have What Do I Do? And it's entitled Ex Fiance Cheated on Me at New Year's Party with Her Male Friend, and I'm devastated for wasting time and nobody will love me anymore. Oh, good Lord. Wah, wah, wah. Already, wah, wah, wah. So silly. I, 32-year-old male, thought I was ready to marry the love of my life, 28 female, after we spent 6 years together and I proposed to her last year. We had so many good life experiences together and I thought she was going to be my soulmate, but now I regret ever thinking that. I got sick recently during the New Year's and was having a high fever, but we were both invited to a party by my friend. I told her to go because I sincerely trusted her. He texted me a video during the night in which ex fiance showing my ex fiance make out with another guy, and that destroyed me. I was so angry. When she came back home later that night, I was still awake, sitting on the couch with my phone in hand. I didn't yell or throw things. I just asked her straight up who the guy was. She froze for a second, tried to play dumb. I showed her the video, and that's when the excuses started. She said it meant nothing, that was just a kiss with her friend. She didn't even remember it clearly. Yeah, sure. I told her I trusted her enough to let her go while I was still sick and vulnerable. She threw it away in one night. I said I couldn't look at her anymore and I needed her out of my place. She started crying, saying it was late, asking where she was supposed to go. That's when something in me snapped. I told her to grab what she could and get the wang out. I wasn't going to sit there all night listening to apologies that didn't change what she did. This wasn't a mistake, it was a choice. She packed her bag, still crying and still trying to hug me, and I stepped back. I watched her walk out the door and drive off into the night. The silence afterward was brutal. I didn't feel strong or proud. I felt wrecked. I don't know if anyone will love me again, but I know that I couldn't stay with someone who could do that to me and come home like nothing happened. No, you made the right decision, but you need to get out of this self-pity stuff. Go get some counseling. There are all kinds of women out there looking for good men. Um, all kinds of them. You will find somebody else. There is no the one. That is him. It's and you will find someone. They're out there. Trust me. I know a few. Euphoric Amoeba says it's rough, brother, but you did the right thing. Disrespect and gaslighting speaks volumes. If you stayed together, you would never trust her again. Exactly. You would never trust her again. Big Lock says that's true, dude. Something broke in me, and when I kicked her out, I never blindly trust anyone, especially a partner. This doesn't mean I'll be insecure. I'll be cautious in the future. Pierogi King says there are people you can trust, dude, just not her. You'll find one, and it usually happens when you least expect it. That's true. It's a new year. Just stood on your principles. That's a winging win. Do yourself a flavor. Do yourself a favor and delete her socials and number and put her in the rear view. Not a bad idea for you to take a break from socials for a minute too. Yeah. Way Out West says, sorry this happened, but I have some great news for you. This is a huge win. You found out she's a liar and a cheater before you married her. Yep. And he says, you're right, it's a win, but it's a really painful win. But yeah, it's painful, sure. But you will get over it. Promise. You'll get over it. You'll find somebody else. It'll be fine. You're just not wasting time on her anymore. There's a poster, and this is mildly infuriating. Oh, that's terrible. Mildly infuriating, this poster in a gym around my area. This is terrible. I would tear it down, honestly. Cheat on your girlfriends, not on your workouts. No. Don't cheat on it. How about we just not cheat? How about that? That'd be great. Just don't cheat. Scam Nim says is this gym owned by Andrew Tate? Vote Forensi says if you watch his video on how he trains at home, dudes. I like Ben 10 a lot. Says there's a middle-aged divorced dad with this exact poster in his garage. That's terrible. This is from Anna Overreacting and is entitled AIO If I Call the Police. And there are some messages, so we'll show the messages. Where are you? WTF, answer your phone now. I'm with Candy. We'll call her Candy. I swear to God, if you don't answer the phone right now, Jordan, I don't know. I can't talk right now. I can't handle you screaming at me right now. You always do this. You do your crap and then run away and blame the victim. You're not the winging victim. You ruin everything. This does not sound like a good person. You always, you, where are you? I'm coming to get you, and you're not going to talk to me, and you're going to talk to me like an adult. No, don't. Where are you? I swear I'm going to, yeah. I swear I'll go to every one of your friends' houses tonight. We can talk tomorrow. I'm at Candy's house tonight, and I'll come back tomorrow. I need space. Space, you're acting like a child. Your dumbass friends are always get into your head. Why do you think they're all single? I love you more than anyone ever has or will, and you're losing me. Dude, calm down. I'm not like the POS guys you're used to, but you're really pushing me. You sound like a POS guy. You really, really do sound like one. Okay. I thought I saw something on the screen. I seriously cannot take this. You're treating me like the world's worst girlfriend because I choose to celebrate my friend's birthday. Yes, I'm awful. Are you honestly this brain dead or just pretending? I want to know because it's not because you just celebrate your friend's birthday and you know that. You told me you weren't going and then you left while I was at work. You lied. Grow up and own your actions. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I love you. Good night. You were winging everything and you make me miserable. I hope you're happy. I love it when people talk like that. It's so disingenuous and manipulative. I'm not going to let you wing this up to I'm coming to get you. Be ready. No, you should that would be abduction. You should definitely call cops. Oh my god, I'm shaking right now. I'm so sorry if this comes out confusing. I 20 female have a best friend 2019 and she has been dating this guy 21 male for about 7 months now. The screenshots are from her phone that I took and sent to myself. I had dinner and then hung out at my place for my birthday, and she was, of course, invited, but then canceled because of her boyfriend, who was very clingy. Although she didn't say it was because of him, but I got that impression because he's guilted her into canceling before. He sounds controlling. Anybody that will not let you or tries to guilt you into not going to your friend's party without him or whatever is not something you want to be with, girls. This is a what we call a red flag. This is a red flag, a big, giant, blanket-sized red flag. To be honest, I was kind of upset because she's my best friend and I wanted her to celebrate my birthday. I told her so. Last minute, she changed her mind and came out, and I was really happy. When we were out, he started blowing up her phone and demanding that she call him and come home. She was obviously shaken and finally showed me his insane messages, and I told her she can spend the night if she doesn't feel safe going home to him. She told him she's staying the night and he flipped out and threatened to show up. We thought it was all talk, but he actually did show up. I was scared and wanted to call the police, but she begged me not to and left with him because she was embarrassed. I feel upset and scared for her because and me because of how now the psycho knows where I live and guilt for not calling the police while she was here. I'm very worried about her. I just want her to be okay. Would I be overreacting now to call the police for a welfare shop check? She's been gone almost an hour. As she So there's a Reddit called Abusive Relationships, and it says send her this, assuming she's okay, from Deflated Hypnotist. Oryx the Bacon King says, yeah, this guy's literal textbook abusive. I hated when he used the manipulative voice of nobody loves you or will love you like I do, and acting like he's great and not like other guys. Definitely a case of more red flags than a communist parade. Yeah, this girl needs to get. Hackle Void says NOR welfare check is completely logical. Okay, it's a Greek name and I can never pronounce. Well, I can, but it takes a lot of practice. I would also file a non-emergency report or equivalent if that's a thing in your jurisdiction with the police about your concerns. That way, if he does anything, they will already have his name on file. Yes, you definitely want to do a police report. That's what the police are there for. Even if nothing comes of it, at least it's on record that he could potentially have done something. Also, check for bruises when you see her again. Check for bruises. Make sure he's not hitting on her or something. He might not be, but it doesn't hurt to check. Next is Best of Redditor updates. It's entitled Unwittingly Created a Family with My Next Door Neighbor, and it has new updates. And it is, don't know where it was originally posted. It was originally posted in Our Relationships. or slash relationships. Uh, th- so this was October 20th, 2022. 3 years ago, a woman named Cassie, 32 female, and her son Kenny, 13 male, moved into the apartment next door. They had a few boxes, so I figured 31 male, would offer to help and get off to a good start. I noticed Kenny had a PS4, so I told him that I game as well, and he was free to come over and play my systems anytime he wanted if his mother allowed it. I have a PS5, Switch, and PC, and as a FYI. Since I'm a mechanic, I told Cassie if she has car trouble, she could come to me anytime since I help out a lot of other people on the floor with their cars as well. She accepted. I didn't really interact with either Kenny or Cassie, beside a few hays for weeks initially. But a little more than a month after moving in, Cassie knocked on my door and asked if I could check her car because the engine wasn't turning over. Turns out the spark plugs needed to be changed, which was easy enough to do. Cassie was very thankful for my help and offered to pay, but I told her it was no problem. She invited me to dinner with her and Kenny, and I was hesitant to accept, but she insisted on it. This is a fair exchange. You help somebody with their car, they make you dinner. This is a fair exchange. It's bartering, it's fine. The next day we had dinner and it was a good time. I learned a lot about her and talked to Kenny more. He's a good kid, really into game science and his guitar. We even all went over to my place for some Mario Kart. From then on, I got really close to Kenny. I viewed him like a little brother. He came over to play my games almost every day, and he even started teaching. I even started teaching him about cars. I even brought him to my shop to introduce him to tools. He's a quick study, and he even told Cassie he wants to be a mechanic like me. If he's a quick study, he does not need to be a mechanic. He needs to go to college. I told him to aim higher and become an engineer. Good for him. Now he's even looking into engineer programs. Good for you, OP, to recognize that. I think Cassie really appreciated our relationship, became a lot more friendly with me. I got COVID during lockdown, and out of the kindness of her heart, she even brought me groceries, cleaned my apartment, and took care of me. I was totally grateful. She even cooks dinner for me every night, and we all have dinner together. She even makes dinner for me when I work late and leaves it in my apartment. That is the beginning of a budding relationship. Like it's not mindful and it's not on purpose, but sometimes. The other day, Kenny brought one of his friends over to his apartment. I met the friend, and he said, "This OP, he's like my dad." Not gonna lie, it took me by surprise. I always viewed Kenny as my little brother, but here's saying that I'm like a dad to him. I asked Cassie about that, and she seemed surprised I even asked. She said she would never force that role on me, but that he did view me as his father. I even hope that me and Cassie would get together so that we can be a real family. Cassie said she wouldn't mind that either. I asked if she was asking me out. She just smiled and said yes. I was surprised, but said okay. We had a dinner date this weekend, and I'm nervous. I don't want to ruin things with Cassie or Kenny. I really do love both of them, but I'm not sure how I feel about being the father figure for Kenny. It's a lot of responsibility, and I'm not entirely sure I'm that guy for that. Oh, no, you are. You're already doing it. See how easy it is? And Cassie, she's a really amazing woman. I just hope I can measure up to her expectations. In just asking Reddit, are my worries unfounded? Should I put some boundaries between me and Kenny? How do I not screw up with Cassie? Update October 28th, 2022, 10 days later. Hey all, thanks for the nice comments on the first post. It's weird being complimented so much, but I guess I like it a lot. LOL. Also, this update is originally posted in our relationships, but they won't let me post for whatever reason. People were demanding an update, so here I am. So here are some things to clarify before the update. People were asking me if I was actually attracted to Casey, and the answer is yes. She's one of the strongest, nicest, most considerate people I know. She constantly puts people before herself, and I always wish that someone would put her first for once. I did mention that Cassie is super pretty. I guess I never thought Cassie would find me attractive or be interested in me that way. Sometimes they don't need to find you physically attractive. Some people aren't even attracted to physical attraction. Some people are attracted to smart people, attracted to kind people. Attraction isn't always just physical. Now the update. I was nervous as hell all week leading up to today on Saturday. Our usual family dinners, Cassie smiled at me a lot more. I don't think Kenny noticed since he's too busy playing on his phone. Typical kid. Cassie was not so subtly suggested that to Kenny, 13 male, that he go spend the weekend with his grandparents. He didn't really want to, but she pretty much pushed him out the door. Oh, on Saturday evening, I knocked on Cassie's door and she opened it wearing an absolutely beautiful dress. I broke the tension and asked what if that dress was for me away. The evening was a little awkward at first, but when we were walking to the restaurant, she grabbed my hand and smiled at me and sort of got rid of the awkwardness. From there on, the evening went amazingly. I'm so happy. We talked and laughed and had a great dinner. I asked her what made her change her mind about me, and she said that was the previous Christmas. For reference, Cassie is a small, is a, bleh. For reference, Cassie is a hardworking single mom, and Kenny has all of his needs met and more. But she can't afford to get him the best, and it really hurts her that she can't. She really wanted to get him a PS5 since he was begging for one, but just couldn't justify the cost. Since I have disposable income, I hunted for months checking stock drops until I finally got one. Then surprised Kenny with it on Christmas and told him it was from his mom. Cassie was shocked and even started crying. You're a good guy. Man, Cassie is lucky. Kenny was so excited that he didn't even notice her crying. All she could tell me was thank you repeatedly. Apparently that made her realize she wanted me in both. She tried to deny her feelings, but it didn't work. The conversation the other night was the opening she needed to confess how she felt. After dinner, we went back to her place for a nightcap. We talked a lot about relationship expectations and how we want to proceed. We agreed to be exclusive, to take it slow, and not tell Kenny about anything until we were sure that this relationship was real and strong. We don't want to give him unrealistic expectations. She also said that her calling me his dad was too much too soon and she apologized for it. She said it was wishful thinking on her part and probably would have weirded out most people. She said to accept any role with Kenny that I wanted, but she hoped that I would see Kenny as a son eventually. Sorry to disappoint, but we didn't do the deed. But that's fine. That's probably a good thing. We decided it was much too soon. We did, however, have a buzz makeout session. Good. That's exactly what you should be doing on a first date. The following day we went for brunch and decided to go apple picking. It felt damn good to be walking hand in hand with someone you care about and taking lots of pictures doing silly things. At our family dinner yesterday, Cassie sat close to me and was rubbing her foot on my leg. I don't think I've ever been more turned on in my life. I'm not going to lie, guys. I think I'm falling for Cassie. I'm falling hard. Good. Well, anyway, that's it. We're together now, and hopefully this lasts. I don't want anyone else. Cassie is everything I could want in a partner, and I hope that I can be worthy of her. She's really a special person. Thanks, everybody. You're all so kind. New updates. Small update, November 27th, 2022. This was the funniest comment I've read on here for the previous Boru OPP added an update on taking things slow. Okay. So small update, November 27th, 2022. This was the funniest comment I've read on here so far. Believe me, I'm no choir boy and would love to take Cassie to Pound Town, but I also want to respect her and not just seem like I'm in it for the sex. A very respectful young man. Taking it slow means not running around like horny teenagers, unfortunately. But I dare say things that have been progressing nicely. We cross little milestones almost every day and we're working towards the big ones. Also, it's way too early for the L word, but I don't know how to describe it as anything other than that. Since people here seem to like our story, I guess I'll give you a small update. We spent Thanksgiving with her parents. Her mother always liked me and was one of our biggest shipper. Was our biggest shipper. Right now, she got sussed out. She sussed it out, and I guess by the way we were looking at each other and our energy or something. William are really Women are really good at that kind of stuff. Her mom pulled us aside and asked if we were together, and we denied it at first, but she just gave us that come on face. We gave her in and admitted it. She hugged me, practically squeezed the life out of me. Her mom couldn't even hide her smile the rest of the night. Meanwhile, me and her dad were talking at dinner. Cassie was not so subtly rubbing her feet up and down my leg, calling me to stutter numerous times. Her dad asked me if I was all right, and I just said I had bad heartburn. Honestly, I feel like a damn high schooler right now. This is also new, dangerous, and exciting. It's like almost forbidden in a way. As for Kenny, the little man doesn't suspect a thing, I think. We've been restoring a car together, and that's been keeping his mind occupied. Plus, he's too busy chasing his own crushes. April 29th, 2024, 18 months later, my girlfriend just sent me roses to my workplace, and I don't even know what to do with myself. Okay, in the break room at my work, I'm grinning like an idiot and I don't know what to do with my hands, so I'm typing this out to get rid of all the nervous energy. I work as a mechanic and my boss called me over to the office. I thought I winged up somehow, but he had a big ass bouquet of roses on his desk and he told me, "This is for you." I was like, WTF. But I read the card and it just says, just because I love, just because love Cassie. My boyfriend, boyfriend, my boss laughed at me and told me I had a good one and not to wang it up. He did say he'd have to give me crap about for it, but he's happy for me. Sure enough, the boys on the floor ripped me to shreds once they heard about it. But I didn't care. I was floating. Now I'm on my break and I can't stop thinking about how much this completely caught me off guard. Can someone please talk me down from going out to buy her a ring after work? No, no, we're not going to talk you down from that. Nope, not talking you down from that. You've known her for a little while now. You're all good. Edit, hey everyone, I'm finally off work. I'm really flustered, but I think I've calmed down. I don't think I'm going to get her a ring today, but I do have something. Problem is, I don't know what. She deserves absolutely everything, but I can't think of anything that would equal the getaway this weekend. Also, to everyone asking, yes, the woman in my story is Cassie from my previous post. Of course it is. May 20th, 2024, 1 month after the previous post. Hey, well, I have good news for you. After that little stunt Cassie pulled, I decided I really need to stop waiting to make Cassie an honest woman. I was waiting until we had closed on a house, but I realized that this was just an excuse. So I had a secret discussion with her parents, and I told them that I plan on proposing to her. Her mother practically jumped through the roof. Her mom loves him, and that's a good sign. Then she immediately went to planning mode about the best way to propose to her and what kind of ring she wants and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know who's more excited, me or her. The most hilarious thing about this is Cassie, I saw how giddy I was after the roses and she was happy I liked them. But she had to calm me down and told me not to do anything stupid. I did end up planning a very nice weekend over Memorial Day weekend, just the two of us at a lake house. I don't know exactly when or where I propose, but I guess if people want it, I'll update. I need more updates. What's this guy doing? It's been almost 2 years. Come on. I'm gonna see if there's anything on his. Oh, the wrong guy. That's the wrong one. This one's the one I want. Nope, that's 2 years ago. That's the last update we have. Well, that stinks. Come on, dude. What you doing? We want to know what you are you happy? Are you married? Do you have a kid yet with Cassie? Because Cassie needs another baby. This is from Made Me Smile. Rankings and salaries may change, but true friendships never change. I don't know what this is all about. But we're going to watch it anyway, aren't we? It's a bunch of guys. It's like AI crap. This is definitely AI crap. That's AI crap. You can tell. Sorry about that. That's slop. I'm so over the AI. I wish it would bust already. AI needs to go away already. That's all I got today. All I got today. It's fine. We'll all live. I promise. So anyway, I will see you tomorrow. Might be a little late tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. I might not be. I might leave early. We were supposed to go out for a nice breakfast on Sunday, and somebody slept in really late. Not me. Not me. I was up at 7. I was up at 7, ready to go to breakfast, and at McDonald's, which I was not happy about. But so I might go to breakfast because I'm really craving like a nice breakfast out. but I don't have to cook, you know? So I might do that tomorrow, in which case I probably won't be late. But if I'm not on it and don't go out, because I have to grocery shop, you know how that goes. I think I'm gonna brave the Kroger tomorrow. 80,000 square foot Kroger. 80,000 square feet. Can you believe it? I hear it's got its own, and there is another one near me that has like a nice cheese shop, and this one's supposed to have a nice cheese shop. They don't have the coffee shop in it yet, so I can't get coffee. So that's kind of stinky. But I'm gonna get out. I can go to Leo's for breakfast, and then go straight over to the Kroger. They're in the same plaza. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. I might do that. Yeah, I'm going to breakfast by myself because I have no friends. That's why I'm on here. All right. I love you, biddies. Have a good day. Have a good afternoon. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.